Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Brave Kids Art Club. My name is Brad and I'm so excited for today's drawing class because we are drawing an animal that I love to draw, and also you guys chose this animal. A lot of you did actually, and so we pushed it to the top of the list, and that's the one we're drawing today. And there's something else that's special about this animal. It lived over 70 million years ago. Can you guess what it is? That's right, we're gonna be drawing dinosaurs today. Now, not just any dinosaur, a very specific kind of dinosaur. And let me give you a few hints so you can guess. For all of you dinosaur lovers out there, this was one of the largest of all the theropods. It was a carnivore, and it had teeny tiny little front arms. That gave it away, didn't it? We are drawing a T-Rex today, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I couldn't be more excited. So let's make sure we have everything we need and let's get started. Of course, we need to have a nice clean sheet of paper out. Make sure you have a sharpened pencil so that we can do some sketching. And then we'll need an eraser because we're gonna have to erase that sketch when we do our outline over top of it all. So we'll use a dark pen or a marker, so get one of those out. And then we're gonna do some coloring. And the coolest thing about coloring our T-Rex is that we don't really know what color they were, so you can do whatever color you want. It's gonna be pretty fun. So let's start with our sketch. Now, I put my page on its side, which is what we call landscape. And I wanted to do that because I want to fit their tail and the head in while it's kind of maybe walking. And if it's going to be doing that, it's going to have its tail way far out there because that's the only way it kept its balance. It has a giant head and it would tip right over on its face if it didn't have this big long tail. So let's draw the body in the middle, which I'll probably start with a big oval, and then we'll build off of that. So let's start with our oval shape. I'm going to kind of do it at an angle here. There we go. Like a big old egg. And then let's put the head maybe up here. Now their head is kind of boxy. The back of their head's rounded, but the front is kind of squared off. So maybe I'll start off with a rectangle, and then we'll add a circle in there for the rounded part of the head. But let me see what I can do here. So their head was, like I said, pretty darn big compared to the rest of their body. So let's do a rectangle right up here. Let's do that to start. Big rectangle. That looks pretty good. Let's add the tail next. That big long tail. Now it would probably be longer than what I'm going to put on here. Like the scale wise, it would probably be longer, but I'm going to run out of page. So we'll just kind of make it a long-ish tail. There we go. We'll have it kind of come up like that and curve. We'll draw a curved line. You can have your tail do whatever you want, but I'm going to have it kind of sticking out because it's probably going to be sticking it out a little bit because it needs to balance. So something like that. And then it's going to have a giant back leg, that big back leg that we know them for. I mean, we probably know them better for their short little arms, but they do have those really big back legs. So let's just kind of draw an oval right here as well for their back thigh. There we go. And then their arms we'll add in a minute. They're not that important. They're so tiny. Scientists actually don't know why they have those front arms, why they're so short. It kind of leads them to believe two different ideas about them. One, that maybe they just use it to pick around and scavenge. So that means food that's already been killed or animals that have already been killed, they'll go eat because they're not great hunting arms. But other people think they're hunters because of their eyes, and that they're set in the front and they look forward. So they think that they're better hunters that way. So I'm not really sure why they have the little chicken arms, but we'll draw them because that's what they look like. All right, so maybe let's put this head together a little bit more. I'm going to draw a couple circles here, maybe one here in this corner. Let's draw a circle right up here in this corner for the back of the head. And it can kind of overlap a little bit. Or you know what? I'm going to have that go up a little bit more. Sorry if you already drew your circle there. But maybe I'm going to have it come up over here a little bit. Just a little bit over the top so I get a little bit of a bump for the top of their head, maybe? I don't know. We'll find out. And I'm going to draw another bump right about here. Another circle for their eyes. And we're going to have that kind of come off the top there. Does that make sense? So I'm going to erase kind of a little bit on the inside and just keep the outline of that, the outer sketch that I did. And let's draw another circle in there for the eyeball. And that's where their eye is going to be. And then maybe we'll have it looking, the pupil, really nice and big, because I like to draw friendly animals. And the bigger that pupil, the black part in your eye, the more friendly it will look. You know what? Maybe I didn't like that circle in the back, so I'll just kind of erase that off the top, and we'll add our own angle. So let's do this. Now, it's okay that I made up, if I make a few mistakes, it's okay. It's okay. And if you make a few mistakes, it's totally fine. We're learning how to interpret what we see. So if we've seen pictures of a T-Rex and we're trying to draw our own, we kind of have to do a little bit of trial and error, meaning we're going to mess up just a little bit, trying to figure out what they look like. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do like an S shape here. I'm going to go from the back of this eye. I'm going to go back here. Then I'm going to go down. It's just a little S shape like that. Kind of draw like an S shape. Does that make sense? So that's going to be the back of the head. And if I do that, I want to erase all that the boxiness off the back. So now it looks like this nose of this, or the mouth and the nose, the snout of our T-Rex is a little short. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer, like that. I'll erase this little bit right in here. And then maybe on the edge, I'm going to have it round off, like this. Do a little rounded corner there. And I might bring it in a little bit. I might bring it in, just like that. And if that's the case, we'll go ahead and erase all those pointy edges. But do you see why we drew the box to start? It's there so we know where things are going to live. That we know the basic shape and how much space it's going to take up, which is really important. And then we use it as a guide. We just kind of build off of it. It makes it a little bit easier. All right, so let's connect the bottom of the neck to the body of our T-Rex. So I might just accentuate that body just a little bit more. And then I'm going to probably go up like that. So this will be kind of an S shape. And does it have to be an exact, like look exactly like this? No. I mean, you can go a straight line if you wanted to, if that makes it a little easier for you, or that's just how you like it. Okay, so at the bottom of here, now we want to make the back part of your jowls, so where your jaw is, where it meets up with your neck, you have a little bump right there. Again, you can't see mine because I have a beard, but trust me, if you feel right there, you'll feel a big bump. That's your jawbone. So we're going to draw that right here by just doing like a little circle. Half a circle, I should say. Half a circle. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then you can erase some of these lines in here. But now we don't need those lines in the middle anymore. Now you can open up the mouth if you'd like. Maybe you want them chewing on something, or you want them like doing a little big roar. I don't know what they do. Do they roar? whatever noise they make, or whatever you call the sound that comes out of a T-Rex. Go ahead and you can open up the mouth either way if you'd like to. I'm going to keep it shut, and we'll do like a little smirk on his face. All right, let's do this. We're going to do like a little wavy. There we go. I like the look of that. Maybe yours is a straight line. Maybe yours is open. Again, it's really up to you. This is how I want to do it. I'm going to draw some little teeth sticking out here too. If I want to keep it closed, I want to make sure that everybody knows that he has sharp, sharp teeth. He or she, I guess. I haven't decided on a name yet. Let's see. Let's finish it up. Let's put like a little circle up here for the nostril. It's part of your nose. The little hole in your nose. And then let's do, they have like this funky shape here on their head that looks like this. It's like a little indent on their face. And I'm honestly not sure what they use that for, why that's there. I'll have to look that up. Or maybe you can look that up and let me know. We're missing the arms, aren't we? Okay, we'll do those little arms. As insignificant as they may seem, we got to draw those little arms on there. Okay, let's do this. We'll just draw like a little curve right there. And then we'll draw they have two little claws on there. I guess we're drawing they're little because the arms are little, but in reality they're probably still pretty big. Because these guys can get up to, I think it is 20 feet tall. That's like your tallest giraffe. They're about that tall, but then they're 40 feet long. That's like a really big boat. That's how long they are with their tail all stretched out. They were really, really big. Okay, I'm going to draw another one behind here and do the same thing. But I'm going to draw it behind. So this one I'm going to erase the line, the body shape out of the arm because it's in front. And I'll leave that line through it because it's in the back. All right, so they got these two little arms on here. And now we got to do that really big back leg. So let's do the back of the leg. We'll just draw a little line right there on the edge of that oval. And then I'm going to kind of follow the tail shape. And then we're going to go down a little bit. And then I'll draw another line right like that. And I'm going to draw another, follow that curve a little bit. You can adjust it. It doesn't have to be exact. You'll notice that mine kind of cuts into it. That's all right. We're just using it as a guide, like I said. All right, so we'll go in a little bit, and then I'm going to go out just a little bit. And then we'll draw almost just like a little curve that ends down right there. Is that pretty good? Might be a little bit too much. Nope, I think that's good. And then they actually have 3 big toes. That's actually part of being a theropod, is they have those big 3 feet. They actually call them the feet of a beast-like feet. That's what it actually means. But we're going to draw another one right here, just a little bit shorter. Just a little bit shorter. And then if you want, you can make those little claws. You can show that those are claws like that. And then the other one's just hidden on the other side. We just can't see it. But we know it's there. Okay. Now let's draw another one right here. We'll just draw another line, just kind of diagonal, just right at that point where those two things meet. And then maybe a little bit further back. And then we'll go down. And then we'll go out a little bit, maybe just a little bit. Maybe we can just draw them straight. I think that's fine. Let's have this leg curve a little bit, but it's going to go behind because it's on the other side of the body. Do another line to follow this one, and then we'll do the same thing we did earlier. We'll kind of do that shape. And we'll draw another one that's inside of it. We'll draw our toenails. When I say toenails, I mean really, really long claws. Really long claws. All right, so now's the fun part. We're going to figure out what kind of markings the T-Rex had on them. And we don't know. We don't really. Some scientists even think that they have feathers. That's another real big idea right now, is that they have feathers because they are related to birds. And you can tell by those toes, right? The big 3 big toes with the claws on them. And it also has to do with their bones being hollow and some other things that make them theropods. But they are related to birds, which is really crazy to think because I've not seen any birds like this. Well, at least flightless birds is what they are related to. And but yeah, so I'm going to take some guesses here and make some fun little markings. Maybe I'll do some stripes on my tail here. Maybe I'll do some stripes. Maybe I'll do some little... Oh yeah, maybe I'll do some more stripes here on the body. Maybe on the leg. I'm really curious to see what you do. Go wild, have fun. What do you think a T-Rex actually looks like? What color are they? Who knows? But I'm going to go on to my marker now. So if you need time to pause, go ahead and pause. I'm just going to start right away with the with my final outline because I'm at a good place, I think. So let's start with this tail. Now when I get to here, I need to pick it up and try to follow my outer line. Sometimes I make a mess with my sketch and I have to kind of clean it up as I go. It's pretty satisfying once you draw your final lines and then erase it all, which we'll do right after this. We'll erase all the sketching. Let's see here. Got the nose and the mouth. There we go. I'm going to draw this part, the jowl. Under the chin. All right, let's draw the mouth. And these big teeth, I have them sticking out so we know that they have big, sharp teeth because they're carnivores and it's there to rip the flesh off of animals. And that's why they have those giant teeth. But they're also, if you were to see one in real life, which you can, there's actual fossilized they've actually recovered the skeletons of about, I think, 20 of them, 20 T-Rexes. And you can find them in museums and things. I'm not sure if you've ever seen one before, but their teeth are huge. They're actually the size of like a banana. That's how big those teeth are. That'd be really terrifying to see in person. All right, I'm going to do that eyeball right here. And then I'm going to draw the pupil inside. And I'm going to start small and I'll get bigger because I can't erase Sharpie. Can't erase my marker here. And then we'll draw that shape right here for whatever reason. They have it on their face. But it's pretty obvious. We want to make sure we add that. All right, let's do the rest of that body here. I'm going to make sure I don't run through that front arm because that's in the front and it shouldn't have a line through it. Otherwise, it'll look like it's in the back or it'll just look funky. These little tiny arms. There we go, got little arms. I want to do those big back legs. Those big back legs made them so that they can move pretty fast. I don't think they move super fast, but those big back legs probably got them somewhere quick. There we go. I wonder if those are what did most of the hunting for them, those legs. These big claws on their feet. Go down there. Now, why do we call it T-Rex? The actual name is Tyrannosaurus Rex, and in Greek and in Latin, it means Tyrant Lizard King. How would you like to be called? The Lizard King. That's pretty sweet. That means it was top of the food chain with that kind of name. Doubt anything really went after it. Didn't have many predators if it had any at all. It was doing the hunting. We'll draw that. Okay, now we'll just get that tail in there. How did your tail look? Did you do a tail just like this one, or did you do something different? Okay, so let's do these last little markings on here. And then we should be ready to color. Now, if you want to submit some of your drawings so that we could see them, I would love to see what you guys are working on. Just have your parents go on Instagram and just tag us in a photo at Brave Kids Art Club or use the hashtag Brave Kids Art Club. And that way I get a chance to see your awesome T-Rex drawings. But also, they can just directly email them to us if they want. We've got a lot of them that way, and they've been really cool to see. So go ahead and send them in that way if you want. And display them somewhere. My kids do these drawing classes as well, and they have theirs all over our refrigerator, just covered full of drawings, and I love it. Okay, so it looks like I'm all finished. Now maybe you have them chasing something, another little dinosaur or something that they're chasing, or they're eating something, or they're roaring, or I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you'll add little volcanoes in a jungle just to make it look like they're right at home. But there's lots of fun things that you can do. So go ahead, finish yours up. I'm going to just start erasing all my undersketch because I'm using markers and it'll show up. And then I'll do my coloring, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with the colors. So I hope you do too, and we'll catch up right after we do that. All right, my T-Rex is finished, and I thought of a name. I'm gonna call her Tiffany. Tiffany the T-Rex. Awesome, well, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did making your T-Rex. This is a whole lot of fun, and I'm really proud of what I made. And what do we do when we're proud of what we made? That's right, we put our name on it so everybody else knows that we are proud of it. Oops, there we go. Well, thank you guys so much for drawing with me today. Remember, we do this Monday through Friday every single week, so Please subscribe so you can see all of our next videos. But also, if you enjoyed this video, please drop it a like. That really helps me out. And I'm just really excited we got to draw. Hopefully tomorrow you get to draw with me as well. And remember, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you. Alrighty, we'll see you guys next time.